Hi, Stephen. I'm just heading up to get the bus winterized. I thought I'd, run a couple of little videos. That's the GPS CD. That's generator. I don't have it on right now, but globe and generator. Hours on the Jenny. Oil temp. No, actually, transmission temp. Oil temp is over here. And PSI. Water temp. Speedometer, as I mentioned, doesn't work because of that speedo cable. There's your tack. I'm just in a little town here. There's your air pressures for your gas, brake, bags, and they hold at about 120. Yeah, I'll run another one when I'm on the highway. One thing I don't know, if you know, it has a great transmission retarder, and I use that a lot on the hills. It is the 5-speed Allison. I noticed in your paperwork it said 4, but it's a 5. Works great. Use it a lot. These are your left and right. What do you call them? Wipers. There they are. There. They're air too. I'm not sure you saw that. I'm driving too. Okay, cheers. I didn't mention there's the gas gauge, and it's almost full. It doesn't always show full, even when it is full. So you're going to get, well, for me it'd be, I think it's about $1,000 to fill. Cheaper for you guys down there. So I'm stopped here. So there's the gas supply, or pardon me, air supply. It always holds steady. And down here you've got your well, there's a marker thing turns on so you can see better. See that light? There you go. So lots of buttons. There's your backup camera operation. There's the fuel on the Jenny. It's a separate, it has its own separate tank. You'll hear the tranny there. You're going through one. They're in second gear now. Third gear. Ride's beautiful. And it's pretty cold here, so you know when it's cold and the bus is cold, always sounds a little bit, a little bit more rigid, but beautiful. You'll see when I'm coming back, I'll get it on the highway going, I'll be doing 60. I don't go any faster really than 60 miles an hour, which is about 2,022. Hi, Steve. Oh, there's the air. I just got winterized. Here's the hitch. Stephen, just all winterized. I had all the tires checked for pressure. They were within a couple of pounds. I run about 105. Here, I'm just going to go up a steep hill. I'm going to give you a listen. It's going to drop down probably a gear here. That dropped it down into third, maybe fourth. So there you go. That's a pretty steep hill. Big bus pulled up really nice, smooth. I'll get you on the highway up here a little bit. So again, steering, no hands on the wheel. Really, for a 40,000-pound machine, it's unbelievable. Okay, so coming up to a kind of a steep downhill, and I'll show you sort of what I do and how I work the retarder and that. Or maybe just keep this on you. But I drop it down to fourth. Yeah, I just dropped it into 4. I don't use much brake because there's no lights at the bottom. I'll just show you, that's a highway down there. So I just hit the retarder. You can almost hear it. And it slows that bus. Like, I mean, obviously, it just slows it down, but I don't even use the brakes going downhill. You can watch the temperature can sometimes go up, as I mentioned. If you use that retarder consistently and just leave it on, you can get the temperature of the tranny oil pretty high. So here's a turn. I'm going to lay it on a bit and then off. And then on. So that's no brake. You can hear it. That's the retarder. That's just some rumble in the roads. Okay. There's the lake where we live. We live on a lake here. So that's great little instruction. The retarders, the transmission retarder is not very common, and it's a great read up on it. It's great. Now I just slip her into fifth again, and we're rolling along. And I'm doing 2,300 clicks, RPM, probably about 65-ish. Okay, I just thought I'd show you the lights on it. They are LED lights. It's getting kind of dark here, but let's go around this way. You'll hear the engine, marker lights. She's a beauty. There's the rubber, looking good. Has a compressor on there too, by the way. Power, I mentioned power mirrors, right? And the heated. Okay, here you go, mate. There's the Jenny. I'll fire it up inside, you can hear it. Okay, so everything's off. A glow plug for the Jenny is here. And then just a... Right. Now, it's a big Jenny, it's not quiet. But it runs everything. There's a little bit of a white smoke when you first start it, you know, less than 5 minutes, a little puffy stuff, and then it burns pretty clean. Engine, same thing, it burns really clean, but if it's cold and you start that big diesel, you're going to get a puff of gray smoke for about 10 to 20 seconds, and then boom, it kicks in. So there's the Jenny running. And the water temperature's right down because it's cold. But, and it's got over half a tank. Okay, and I'll shut that off. And then we'll start the engine. That's it. Can't really tell, but she's running. That's where she idles. What's that, 600? Or, yeah. Pretty steady. Okay. Temperatures are all good, as you know, I said when we were driving. This is a pretty steep hill. I thought I'd put it on up to my house with a bank. She does it well though. So that's what I would call a pretty steep hill with a turn, and I had to kind of driving with one hand wasn't so easy. So we're climbing now into second. Well, they hit into third. There's the lake down there. So she's almost home. There's your third. And then we just roll along. like I say, she's very, you know, pretty maneuverable. It doesn't have the greatest turning radius, but I tell you, I can get in at a lot of tight spots. I'm back home here. I'll just show you this before my phone. This is the park mode is when I drive. The leveling system, or pardon me, drive is down. Park is up. So now I'm back home. I parked that, and then I manually, I've got a level on the floor, and I manually, so the left front I'm bringing up. I know because I've been parking here 10 years. So I bring that corner up. And then if you look down here, I'm pretty level. Left front, that is. Up, and then I'll bring the right down a bit. Here, let me shut the engine off. You'll hear it. There's the engine stop button is right here. Okay, so you can hear the creaking. Okay. Let's shut it off. There's the GPS, so that's going to tuck in. There's CD in there too. That's kind of cool. And that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. You got to have it on, at least, you have to have it on the air to work, the leveling. So I'm going to bring the front right down. So this pops up again. Okay, so there, now we're square. And it sat like this all summer, so that's good to know. Okay. Headlights, dumb. That's the dash, or the dash. But the heating's, I don't even know if it's hooked up, to tell you the truth, Steve. And there's air too, maximum air, but I use these guys. There's 3 in the ceiling. One, skylight here, magic fan here, and then there's 2 air, 1 air there, and 1 air in the back. And I tell you, if you put all 3 of those on, you could freeze the place. And there's the new TV I put in this summer. That's a smart TV. I think it's like 45 inch or something. It works great. Okay, cheers. I'm just going to show you, this is the 50 amp cable. That it's about 20 feet or so. And that runs obviously from the bus into my house. And I've got a 15 amp adapter and a 30. I'll keep in there. And it just winds around here. And then this will slide back into the bus. And then in there is the inverter. I haven't got the key, but it's in there. It's a Sinn Magnus something. Pretty good one.